So our plan for today is that we do two major questions based on the list. One is that we try to apply all the functions which we have learned through a menu-based program. Okay, Jasmine, I understand. If there's a genuine issue, we understand better. Okay. And the other one was, what was the other question which was left? Thank you, Sarthak. What about others? Thank you, Abhilasha. What was the other question which was left? One was the menu-based I intend to do. Another was search. Was it the search question?
The numbers divisible by 2, 3, and 5.
Oh, yeah. Creating multiple lists from an existing list. Yes. Thank you, Mang. So let's start with that. I'm sharing my screen, keeping the IDLE open. Keep your notebooks handy so that you can write simultaneously. Or you want to practice simultaneously, write later. That's your wish, but I would prefer that you write and then do the practicals later. Okay. Now, please understand, because this kind of a question, again, is a compulsory question during your exam time. Okay. It could be asked in many manners. Number one, you have a list of values accepted. Check every number. And if it is a even number, then put it into another list. Odd number, put into another list. Or it could be positive, negative, zeros. Or it could be vowels, consonants. That is, you take the data from one list, analyze, and then put it back into different lists. Create different lists accordingly. So we are doing that kind of a question only today first. So I start again with my basic thing that I first have a blank list created, and I'm also naming the ones which I intend to. Mang, was it divisible by 2, divisible by 5, or was it positive, negative,
2, 3, 5.
2, 3, 5. Okay. So we have supposingly div by 2 as one blank list, div by 3 as one blank list, and div by 5 as one blank list.
Ma'am, there's the positive,
Others.
negative,
Okay, positive, negative, you
zero
will
question
try.
as well.
Yeah. So you will try that yourself. Okay. And there's one others, neither divisible by 2, nor divisible by 3, nor divisible by 5. So let me have it as OTH. So all these blank lists I've created. Sorry. Now, initially, of course, my usual thing to ask how many values user intends to enter. Enter how many. Okay, then I run my loop.
मैम इनिशियल हमारा क्वेश्चन क्या था, एक बार मैं बोल देना.
The question was that you accept a list of numbers from the user, and then all those numbers which are divisible by 2, you make a separate list for them. Divisible by 3, make a separate list. Divisible by 5, make a separate list. And the rest, a separate one. Last part, I'm not sure whether I made you write it in the paper or not.
So 2, 3, 5 का अलग करना है, बाकी सारे numbers अलग करने हैं.
हाँ.
Okay.
As of now, we are doing that. Okay. I hope it's clear to everybody. Fine. So I accept my number again. Enter a number the way we were doing it yesterday. And then I append it to my original list, which is my D. So D dot append the number I accepted. Okay. Done. Now I'm not displaying the data as of now. We'll do it at the end once we have created division 2, division 3, division 5, all the other lists. Okay. My data is there. Now you would say, ma'am, while accepting only you make it. You may do that. Like यहीं पे accept करने के बाद and putting into D, after that I start checking if my number is divisible by 2. Very true. But I don't want to do it like that because I want to make you practice accessing data from the existing list. ठीक है, यहाँ पे तो हम num को check करा लेंगे ना. मुझे लिस्ट को से उठाने की जरूरत नहीं है. नम में अभी अभी जो नंबर आया, you check if it's divisible by 2 or divisible by 3 or divisible by 5 or not. Right? But that is not the case we want to do. We want to do it that you pick the data from the list and then check it. Okay? So that is the thing. So this is that. So let me just print a message saying list ready. I'm not printing it as of now. List ready. Just a message. Okay. Maybe 1 or 2 blank lists. Blank lines. Okay. Now let's start. So to access the data, we said D of 0. D square bracket 0 will be the first element. D square bracket 1 will be the second element. Correct? So if that be the case, now I'm going to access those 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those numbers are generated via my I again. So I in range of n. Now, let me see. Who can tell me? Let Sarthak try it out. Sarthak, how do I access the first element of my list? If supposingly I have made this list here. Please ignore my handwriting here. This is the list I create. So I've got 5, I've got 6, I've got 11. These are my numbers. Okay. Indexes are 0, 1, 2. Correct? Now, what do I write here that I'm able to access this value? That's my question. Because my list is ready already. What do I write? Sarthak, try beta. What do I write in order to access? Okay, everybody put it on the chat box. Write it there. How do I access 5? What do I write so that it accesses 5? Come on, quick. No? Okay, that means the point was not clear yesterday also. Correct, Ethan. Others, D should be small, Ethan. Correct, Mang. I hope you have written I. Okay, I is capital. I should be small because I'm taking I. Print D of I. Amna, I don't want to print it. Okay, Mang, no problem. I don't want to print it, but yes, this is the way I'm going to access D square bracket I. Others, Griselda, Himania, please give me answer. How do I access this element 5, which is D of 0? Correct, Shreyas? Correct, Hiral? Everyone, Sarah, Sparsh, Aditya, Lam, where are you people? Prabgun, Jasmine, correct? Pari, correct? Chanchal, correct? Abhilasha, correct. Okay, very good. So I think you have understood. So I'm going to say D of I will access when I is 0, D of 0. When I is 1, D of 1. When I is 2, D of 2. Correct? अब मुझे simple check करना है if this number is divisible by 2 or not. What is that particular way of doing it? Correct, Kavyaj. Great. Modulus 2 equal to 0. That means my data is divisible by 2. Right? Now, how do I put this particular data into... I did not get any answer from Sarthak. Sarthak, are you not able to understand what we are trying to do? Even Himanya, Griselda, Prabgood. Keep your chat boxes on and keep on giving me the answers, please, so that I know that you're understanding it. Otherwise, there's no point attending the class, right? Okay, now everybody write in the chat box, how do I put this D of I into this list? How will I append this data into this list? Come on.
मैम एक खाली print क्यों रखा? Why is there an empty print वाला this thing?
Just to create a blank line.
अच्छा, oh, okay.
Just to create a gap. I've done that. Another way of doing it is you may put \n. Yeah. These are escape sequences, which starts with this \. You may do it like this, or you may do it like this also. Okay. If my number is divisible by 2, I want this number to go into div2 list. Come on, I'm waiting for your answers there. How do I put this data, D of I, into div2? अब इस नंबर को ये जो 5 है, supposingly this is 6 and I want to put it as the number is divisible by 2.
मैम div to dot append कर सकते हैं?
बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, वेरी ट्रू.
div to dot append d square normal brackets में d square bracket I.
Excellent. Amna, you are almost correct, but you're writing append half circle D. D refers to the whole list. Isn't it? D refers to this whole thing. I don't want to put this whole thing. I want to put only this one. So then what do I write? Mang, you've done square brackets में I. Beta square brackets में I means in the square brackets I is 0, 1, 2, 3. तो वो indexes डाल देगा बेटा. I is these indexes. With I am referring to these indexes, isn't it? So correct your statements, Mang and Amna, and write it. Others, please try. If you do not try, you will not learn. I'm expecting answers from Himanya, Prabgun, Jasmine, everybody. Quickly. Whether wrong or right, I don't know. Type it out. Sarthak, you too. I'll not give you people attendance if you're not responding to my questions. There's no point. That means you're sleeping. Prachi, Sparsh, come on. You may use append, you may use plus operator. You've learned how to do it. Okay, Himanya says, I don't know. Excellent. If you don't know, that's fine. Can you try it, Himanya? This is the way I've added data. Yes, I'm not correct. Do you understand this statement? Himanya, tell me. Do you understand this statement which I've highlighted? Do you understand this, bache? Please speak up. This statement means... No. Okay, so this statement means go to this particular... Right, Ethan. I want to add this number to the list D. Okay, so supposingly my data is at the beginning of the at the beginning of this particular program, my D is empty. You can see this. Now, after accepting the data here, I'm asking him to please append into D. What do you append? The number what the user has entered.
Okay.
ठीक है. So अब अगर मुझे I want to add D of I in div2, what should be my statement? Okay, good, Abhilasha, you tried. But when you say D dot append, you're trying to add the data in D. But I don't want to add the data in D. Where do I want to add if the number of D of I is divisible by 2? Hiral, you're saying I dot append. I dot append. I is the index value. Dot append में क्या होता है? List one, list dot append, right? In which list do you want to add? Inside the bracket, your data is absolutely correct, both Abhilasha and Hiral. Where do you want to add this data? I want to add it in div2, in the div2 list. So shouldn't it be div2 dot append?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct, right? So we write it as div2 dot append. मतलब जिस list में add करना है, उस list का नाम पहले, then the append function, and क्या add करना है?
Ma'am, we have to specify that in what we have to add.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Because I'm taking the data from my D, checking whether it is divisible by 2 or not. If it is divisible by 2, I'm adding that particular element in this list.
Okay, ma'am.
So this list I have written here, जिसमें add करना है. I'm asking him कि add करो with this function. And what am I supposed to add? The element which is being referred to by this particular specification. अभी हमने D of I को ही check किया. तो D of I में हमारा already data है. D of I से हम रेफर कर पा रहे हैं ना उसको. D of 0 में वो पहला एलिमेंट आ जाएगा. D of 0 को उठाया और डाल दिया. Do I make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Prabgun, Jasmine, Prachi, absolutely silent. Okay, now you'll give me quickly the next condition with the answer. If my number is divisible by 3, add it to this. I'm waiting for your answers in the chat box. Quickly, all of you. Give me that statement. Quick.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
I am asking now, I have to check whether this number is divisible by 3 or not. If it is divisible by 3, please add it to this. हम यही कोशिश कर रहे हैं ना कि नंबर अगर d का 2 से डिविजिबल है तो इस वाले लिस्ट में ऐड हो जाए, 3 से डिविजिबल है तो इस वाले लिस्ट में ऐड हो जाए, 5 से डिविजिबल है तो इस वाले लिस्ट में ऐड हो जाए. तो LF में अब दूसरा कंडीशन हम क्या चेक करेंगे? Supposingly my number which I made was which I kept was 5. So 5 मॉड्यूलस 2 तो नहीं है डिविजिबल बाय 2, तो वो ये नहीं करेगा. तो अब मुझे क्या चेक करना है? Whether the number is divisible by 3 or not. That's my next condition. Okay, I'm start getting the answers. Absolutely correct.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
मैम लिस्ट रेडी के बाद आपने इतना स्लैश इन क्यों लिखा है?
Just to have multiple blank new lines. Yes,
Ma'am, I had a
Kavyans,
doubt.
correct. Yes.
मैम आई हैड अ डाउट
Yes.
मैम कि अगर D1 2 से डिविजिबल नहीं है तो वो 3 से भी हो सकता है, 5 से भी हो सकता है, सो हमें दोनों मेंशन करने पड़ेंगे.
Of course, LF डालेंगे ना. 2 से चेक करेगा, अच्छा 2 से नहीं है, फिर 3 से चेक करेगा. Excellent. You all are doing it absolutely correct.
Okay, ma'am.
Jasmine correct. Sarah right. Jasmine also correct. Very good. Chanchal perfect. Kavyansh right. Kavyansh, you've given the condition. Now give me the statement to add the data to div 3. Abhilasha correct. Lam excellent. Griselda perfect. Good. First the condition, of course. आप check करोगे कि वो divisible by 3 है या नहीं है. So divisible by 3 or not. Very correct. And then if it is divisible by 3, right, Prabhu. Excellent. Bang, very correct. You took patience and time to write so much. Excellent, excellent. I think आप समझ में आ गया. Now you should be able to do the rest of the part 2. If you're on your machines, please start doing it. If not, write it down. Okay, so div 3 में we are putting D of I as of now. Any doubt, please ask. Don't stay silent. It will not help you. We are here conducting classes, sitting at home, so that your learning doesn't stop, beta.
Ma'am,
Correct, Hiral. Correct, Amna. Yeah.
मैम तो मल्टीपल ब्लैंक लाइंस की जरूरत क्या है?
Just to create a gap. Just
अच्छा,
to create a gap. कि input और output के बीच में थोड़ा gap हो जाए बस.
ओके.
Ma'am,
Pari,
instead of
excellent.
this dash and we can put print and 2 brackets now.
हाँ, but here I'm asking him to give me 1 line, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4 line का break आ गया. है ना? 4 बार new line आ जाएगा.
Yes, ma'am.
इससे एक ही line आएगी.
Okay, ma'am.
So depends how much gap you want to create. Correct, Pari. Very good. So now I'm checking for 5. Aditya, you are not answering. Why are you and Sparsh absolutely silent? Jigmet, I want answers from you too. Yes, Mike, this is also correct. Yes, Aditya. I heard something, but then you are quite again. चलो, इसको finish करते हैं फटाफट. Then we need. It's working for you? Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Yes, Kavyaj, correct. Let's do the way Mang wants it to be done once. Okay, so name of the list. अभिलाषा LF के सामने कंडीशन देना पड़ेगा ना बेटा.
Okay, ma'am.
If को खाली नहीं छोड़ सकते. Else लिखा है तो खाली छोड़ सकते हैं. खाली छोड़ना ही होता है. Else के सामने कंडीशन नहीं दे सकते. LF को आगे बिना कंडीशन नहीं छोड़ सकते. हाँ, else लिख सकते हो. बट हमें एक और कंडीशन देना है. So that is why we are keeping that else for every other number. ये वाला जो है ना. ठीक है?
मैम
हाँ.
वो प्रिंट में जो n 4 बार लगाया है वो 4 बार ही क्यों लगाया है? 5 बार ही 5 बार क्यों नहीं लगाया?
इतनी बारी भी लगाओ. I just wanted to show you कि वो लग सकता है.
मतलब कितनी
Just
बार भी लगा सकते?
हाँ, any number of times you can put it. लूप में डाल के इसको और ज्यादा number of times भी लगा सकते हो.
ओके.
No problem. Okay. Now this is the way Mang wants to do it. So let me do it like that because without making any mistake. Right, Chanchal? Yes, Sarah.
Even for the else one, even for the other one.
I think I've written for the other only, na?
No, ma'am, I've written for 5 and other. Like,
5 you wrote up, and now you're writing it for the other, right? Correct. Absolutely right. Okay. Sarah, we don't put num here because num का तो significance यहाँ खत्म हो गया ना. When this loop is over, num has lost its, existence only. यहाँ पे where is my number? My number is in D of I. So this has to be written like this. D of I picks up the number independent of the list. उठा लिया उसने उसको. तो हम इसको as a variable use कर सकते हैं. अगर तुम्हें ये बहुत confusing लगता है ना, I'll give you one more solution. Take a variable and put D of I there. एक बारी में, and then you may use R everywhere. R modulus 2, append R modulus 3, append R, वो भी कर सकते हो. अगर बार बार D of I लिखना is irritating or it's confusing, so you may do that. Okay, but I believe by now you should be able to handle it, so it shouldn't be a problem. ठीक है? Okay, so this I'm removing and I continue. So divisible by 5 वाला data भी हो गया. Now last else. The number is not divisible by 2, by 3, by 5. So then add it to others. Other is equal to, let me do it with a plus only. Other is equal to other plus square bracket. Clear. Now I'm going to print all my lists. So print numbers divisible by 2. And I simply print which one? Div 2. Correct?
Ma'am, we can
Now-
open in the same line.
Yeah, you can do it on the same line also. No problem. I'm just trying to make it look little beautiful. Nothing else. Okay, now number is divisible by 5. So I said 3 first. Div 3. Then 5. Yes, ma'am. Even D will come inside the square bracket. D of I will come inside the square bracket. ना? Because D of I is that element. Element को तो हमेशा प्लस के साथ हमें स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट के अंदर ही देना है. Right? And this is divisible by 5. So this is 5. And the rest is others. OTH. Other numbers कर देते हैं उसको, है ना? ठीक है? Now let's do it. File, save and run. Let's see what mistakes we have done. Multiple list. Okay. And now we execute. How many? We'll have to take a little big set so that it shows me something. Let me go by 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 9, 100, 11, 4, 6, 21, divisible by 5, let it be 15, 25. What else? Quickly. We have 2, we have divisible.
38.
Huh?
38, 64.
38. These are all divisible by 2. Okay, 57.
And 7.
7. Oh, okay. See, so many blank lines because of what we did, that backslash n value story. And now we have these outputs. Numbers divisible by 2, numbers divisible by 3, numbers divisible by 5, and other numbers.
हम अगर इसी के अंदर इसको हमें असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में डालना है तो लिस्ट को ही इसके अंदर जो आया
जो आउटपुट है
हम्म
उसको वंस द लिस्ट इज रेडी, इसके बाद यहाँ पे सबको सॉर्ट कर लो.
ओके सर
You know the sort function directly, na?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
just a doubt. 1500 are also divisible by 5, but it is not showing. So,
Okay, very good question. Who is this?
Hiral.
Here a very logical question because what is happening is वो पहले 3 से डिविजिबल है तो वो पहले ही इसके अंदर जा रहा है बिकॉज ये वाला कंडीशन ट्रू हो गया सो सेकंड कंडीशन इज नॉट गेटिंग ट्रू. हैव आई ओवरशूटेड माय टाइम? या 1 minute, it's okay. Prabhu, don't worry, I'll send the code.
तो
Screenshot
मैम
I'll send.
दोनों में डालने का क्या तरीका है फिर?
तो वो तुम ये लिखो 3 as well as 5 and जैसे हम लिखते हैं 3 से डिविजिबल तो यहाँ पे you have to write 3 you know this way
नहीं
as
फिर वो
usual.
फिर ऊपर का इफ ट्रू होते ही वो नीचे चेक ही नहीं करेगा फिर.
हाँ, that's also a problem. सोचो you'll have to make multiple conditions कि इससे भी है इससे भी है उससे भी है like that.
पहला इफ बना के एलिफ जाने के अलावा एक और नया इफ शुरू कर दो.
Excellent. तो इसके अंदर we can have another condition. यहाँ करने के बाद then again you check it. Great, your minds are working. यहाँ पे एक और इफ शुरू करो कि अब वो क्या 5 से भी डिविजिबल है एंड देन उसके अंदर उसको ऐड कर दो. Excellent. See, logics do help. But Guru, see, my thing was giving you a basic understanding of the code. Variations are always a welcome. As much as you can think, you may add and subtract in the code. That's how you make your minds work, right? But is the access portion clear? ये चीज clear होना बहुत जरूरी है कि loop में जाके I have to access the data. फिर उस data के साथ क्या करो? That is a different story. How do I store the data in the list? Are these 2 points clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yes,
Please
ma'am.
show me a thumbs up so that I am sure that you have understood. Himanya, beta, is it clear now? Great. Prachi, no answer. हमें जितना रोने की जरूरत नहीं यार. I mean, you may leave. That's okay. Griselda, great. Jigmet. Some answer from you too.
Yes,
Sorry.
ma'am.
Okay, great. Chalo. Ma'am, so it is not possible for it to be placed under 2 list. Why not? I said na. यहाँ पे you check again. Others can leave, beta. If you have no doubt, you may leave.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Okay. I know, Kavanch. It's okay.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Please practice these things. I may use it like this, yeah. यहाँ पे भी ऐड करा दो उसको. बट इसमें पता है क्या होगा, एक और प्रॉब्लम है. इफ ही सेइंग कि डिविजिबल बाय 3 है तो इधर डालो, फिर अंदर आया कि वो 5 से भी डिविजिबल है तो 5 में डालो. अब जब वो इससे बाहर निकलेगा, अच्छा वो ये वाला चेक नहीं करेगा. नहीं ठीक है, दैट्स ओके. 5, मुझे लगा कि 2 बार तो नहीं ऐड हो जाएगा. नहीं ठीक है. सो हम लोग करते हैं 5 में ऐड करना है ना, ये वाला. आई एम जस्ट कॉपी पेस्टिंग एज ऑफ नाउ. एंड 3 से एंड 5 के साथ दोनों के साथ हो गया तो है ना. It can be done like that. Okay. Bye-bye. Sarthak, you want to ask something?